Greetings, Hoodoo family. I hope that you are staying cool but really enjoying the summer. Let me tell you, I certainly am. So, over the 4th of July weekend, I took a trip to Alabama to visit my family, and I stayed in the Birmingham area, but, ventured out to see different things. Now, I was born and raised in Alabama, but I've never been to Birmingham before. And let me tell you, I really enjoyed it. I love my Alabama people. Just down home, down to earth, friendly, real people. But let me tell you, they will tell you what's on their mind. But they are, for the most part, the most down to earth people you could meet. I miss my people. And I look forward to visiting Birmingham and that area again. So I had a great time down there. One of the main things, highlights of my trip that I want to talk to you about and encourage you to go visit is the Legacy Museum in Montgomery. If you haven't already, make the trip to Montgomery, Alabama to see the Legacy Museum. It is the most beautiful, thoughtful, well put together museum that represents our culture and the challenges that we go through from the day that our ancestors stepped foot on these shores all the way up to today. Just a wonderful tribute to our ancestors and what they had to go through during slavery. So they telling, the story of all our people, what we've had to go through from the lynchings to Jim Crow to mass incarceration. It is very emotionally stirring. It is very inspiring as you walk through there and see all the exhibits that they have. I'm not going to tell you what they are because I truly encourage every Black American in this country to go and make that trip to the Legacy Museum in Montgomery, Alabama. I'm so glad that this museum is there so that we don't forget. I've been to the Holocaust Museum here in Washington, D.C., and it's a tribute to what the Jewish people went through so that they don't forget. The Legacy Museum is very similar. So take your family, take your children, and go and pay tribute to our history. They just have a really good amount of exhibits, like I said, that is emotionally stirring, but they also have a real good bookstore there that is dedicated to our culture and a wonderful, delicious soul food restaurant right there on the premises. So, unfortunately, I didn't get to go and see the sculpture park. That's a part of the museum. But I do plan to go back and take my time just to see everything. I want to enjoy everything there. But the museum just really brought me to tears, family. That was a special treat on that trip. And truth be told, I like it better than the one in Washington, D.C., the Black American Museum. So I just want to put that out there. Also, I had the opportunity to go on the Harriet II boat down in Montgomery at the Riverfront Park where that Montgomery Brawl took place. And let me tell you, there is a spirit, there is a energy in that area. And I'm going to have to go and do my research, look up the history of that area, but there is a spiritual connection there for our people. There is a connection there and you can feel it. Going down that Alabama River was truly fascinating. I really enjoyed that. Enjoyed the Harriet II boat, the music, the people, the dancing. Everything was just really wonderful. And if you go to the Legacy Museum, make it a point to go on that boat tour as well, the Harriet too, because that really has our culture, our energy all down there. So it was great to just visit Montgomery, just amazing things to do there. While I was there, I did have the opportunity to visit um, what would you call it? A metaphysical shop there in Birmingham. And I understand there's a couple there, but I was able to go to one of those. It was more Wicca, leaning towards that, but they had, herbs and roots and different types of stones and candles, incense, a lot of, your staple items. And it was a very nice shop. I really enjoyed that. And the reason I bring this up is, everywhere I go, even here, there's just not too many black hoodoo shops, black American hoodoo shops. And I'm hoping that at some point this might change. God willing, I hope to have one in the near future after I retire from my job. But there's a desperate need for us to have these type businesses. And I hope that maybe some of you who are interested in traditional hoodoo, maybe some of you practitioners, will really consider opening up just a small shop uh, for our culture, for hoodoo, for traditional hoodoo. And, that's just something that we need. And I looked at that store, and a lot of the customers was us, but it was not owned by us. There is a demand for that. There is a demand for physical locations to obtain, supplies, hoodoo supplies and such. Also readings, that could be incorporated. But I just want to throw that out there just to encourage some of you out there who might have been thinking about doing this. Really, consider it. Look at it and see if it's feasible, for your area. Because we desperately need more black owned hoodoo shops. And I also just want to let you know that in the next video, and it'll probably be over the next weekend, I'm going to show you a hoodoo candle hack. I want to show you how to make a very easy way to make your own hoodoo candles, where you can put your own energy into it and where you can really incorporate nature spirits into it. And I'm not talking about rolling a candle in some herbs. I'm talking about incorporating the spirit of it into the making of the candle. So just be on the lookout for that video. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today, just to share the wonderful experience that I've had in Alabama, just to give a big shout out to all of my Alabama people. I love you. I am so impressed with you, and I cannot wait to go back home and be there with you. But family, just keep on focusing on building your hoodoo skills, building your hoodoo power. There's a lot going on out here today. There's so many distractions. There's so many conflicts. And as you know, I wrote about all of this in the 2025 Hoodoo Almanac. This is the year of conflict. And that is exactly what we are seeing. But I just caution you, be careful. Don't get caught up into a lot of these conflicts, because things are going to change. There's going to be even bigger conflicts ahead. So the best thing you can do is focus on empowering yourself, building up your hoodoo skills, building that connection with your ancestors, taking on more knowledge, and actually taking that knowledge and putting it to work. So I just want to thank all of you for your continued support of this channel, for your continued support of the books that I put out there to help people to build their skills, but most of all to preserve the rich spiritual tradition of our ancestral hoodoo. So until the next video, please have a wonderful and powerful hoodoo journey.